mahalaga para sa akin na makita ng pelikula sa Tagalog din, very much dominated by social media content which is short, which is quick, etc. There is still good room to do things in the classic way. A Filipino worker who decides to move to Cyprus. The title of the movie is Maricel.
Maricel, yeah.
I would say viaje sa kultura, something like that.
And the best part of it is that it's also free, right?
Definitely so.
Ang latest happenings are trending sa mundo ng entertainment and lifestyle. Our favorite stars, local and international, we got it covered. Ito po yung showbiz angel, Angelica Cosme, and you're watching Scene Zone.
We've got you covered. From the hottest hits, exclusive interviews, kilig to the bones fan meet experience, and hataw performances of your favorite stars.
On today's episode of Scene Zone, celebrating culture, diversity, and power of storytelling through film. Pag-uusapan natin yan kasama ang European Union Ambassador to the Philippines, His Excellency Ambassador Massimo Santoro. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Scene Zone, sir.
Thanks a lot, Angel. Magandang araw.
Magandang araw, yes. Okay, Ambassador, first of all, as European Union Ambassador, do you watch films differently now compared to, before entering diplomacy?
Oh, definitely yes. I would say yes, because now that I'm very much into diplomacy, you watch movies thinking about more about history, about culture, cultural diversity, about what people might feel about movies, and now even sometimes translating my own past experiences in what I watch. So definitely yes, it's a different way of watching them. It's more mature way of watching movies.
Yeah. Earlier, I was actually shocked that you can actually speak Tagalog. Have you ever watched a Filipino film?
Oo. Mahalaga para sa akin na makita ng pelikula sa Tagalog din kasi ito ay importanteng para pag-aaral ko.
Yes, ang pelikulang Pilipino.
Oo.
So, sir, how important is it to connect, the cultures through films? Why is cinema such an important cultural bridge between Europe and the Philippines?
It is a very important one, and I think it's not a random element that if you consider the whole wide and complex, positively complex relationship between the EU and the Philippines, it is actually exactly on our cinema promotion, Cine Europa in particular, that this is the most, I would say, rooted. It is already 29 years that we have this bilateral engagement with the movies. And I think it is because of the fact that the cinema is a very, if you want, easy way to connect people, in the sense that you connect people while people relax, while people enjoy, while people have feelings together. You bring in images and sounds, you bring in landscapes, stories, and normally this is a way where you are engaging the very mood of each and every spectator. So I think it's something which seems not to require too much of engagement, because we tend to think to be passive viewers, but actually in reality there is a lot that people do and feel while watching the movie. And that is the best way to promote what we have in common and less of a common in our amazing two cultures. There is a lot that we have in common, and on what we do not have in common, here comes cinema, here comes movie, who do explain to each other what our culture is for Filipino viewers and what Philippine culture is for European viewers.
And you've already mentioned that Cine Europa 29. So now it marks its 29th year, right, sir? So what do you think that keeps the festival relevant and meaningful to the Filipino audience?
It still remains very relevant because every year Filipino viewers have the possibility to be happy, to be less happy, to feel what is about a drama, or to feel what is about a specific history, for example, even of Filipinos in Europe, or Europeans in the Philippines. They can have joy, they can have moments of passion, they can have moments together of exchange actually with our European reality. I think it stays still very much alive because there is a genuine interest of people to spend some of their hours in a relax, in a cinema, in various cinema.
Yeah.
Our offer, I think we'll be discussing about it, goes even beyond Manila. And spending some good times, relaxing, having a nice snack in front of a big screen, maybe with friends or with relatives, mom, papa, or I think it's a nice way to learn while enjoying.
Yes, learning while enjoying at the same time. Just to add to that, I know one of the entries is actually a story of a Filipina migrant worker, right? So later we'll talk about that a little bit. But for now, as Cine Europa continues to grow in the country, what future do you envision for the festival in the coming years?
Thanks, Angel, for this. This year we reached a very high number of movies projected here in the Philippines. It's the highest ever. 20 movies coming from 16 member states of the European Union, from the European Parliament, and from Ukraine, who is our guest of honor in this event, in a sign of solidarity with Ukraine, of course. And I think it will be continuing growing because I see myself. I've have the occasion to go myself and watch some of these movies, and the room was always full. It couldn't be fuller. This testifies that there is a strong interest by people, and the best part of it is that in watching who the audience is, whoever was there, from young people to less young
different
people,
ages.
different ages,
Yes.
different cultures, different, I would say, moments of life. The more mature audience, the less mature, so young audience. It's amazing because everybody seems to be really interested in this offer. Everybody seems to be interested in having a moment of relax in a reality which otherwise is quite hectic for all of us, independently of our age.
And the best part of it is that it's also free, right?
Definitely so. It's definitely free. It's for free. This means that the quickest are those who enjoy because there is quite of a queue to watch our movies. It is for free for in various occasions, not only free movies, but in some occasions even free snacks, which also renders the vision more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Definitely for free.
So now we'll get into the stories.
Yes.
This year's lineup covers different genres and social issues. What kind of conversations does the European Union hope these films will spark among viewers?
What we think is that the moment there is a process of selection of these movies. It's a selection that we do from the European side with the various member states of the European Union who decide which movies to have participating in this initiative. And then there is a very good and cooperative cooperation with the Philippine side, with whom of course we put all of these together. What we try to do is to have quite of a balanced mix among different type of movies, again drama or joyful movies or movies involving people, movies involving even animals in some cases, because in particular, if you think about what could be of a like for a family who on a Sunday or on a Saturday decides to go to the cinema and watch something nice. Sometimes animals do, pets in particular, do help in that, putting together people. Or it can be about the kind of messages we are trying to, this year in particular, we've been working on portraying specific stories, can be stories of Europeans or stories of Filipinos in Europe,
Yes.
to have a kind of common feeling of how the life in Europe can be for a Filipino, or how life in the Philippines can be
Vice
for
versa,
Europeans. And still, the idea is to also offer something sometimes historical. So in some cases this is pure fantasies, in terms of tales. In some other cases, this is a pure reality. Can be historical reality, or can be even nowadays reality. So we have even in the Ukraine case a very concrete documentary on what, for example, the reality in Ukraine is in terms of war. So there is really a lot that,
Yes.
that people can enjoy. We tried our best in putting together different types of, let's say, engagement that people can have while watching a nice movie.
So there's drama, there's joyful films, there's historical. But personally, Ambassador, is there a film that personally resonated with you the most? Without sounding too biased.
No, I must be honest. So far, I had the possibility of watching a movie which is related to a Filipino worker who decides to move to Cyprus. The title of the movie is Maricel.
Maricel, yes.
It's an amazing movie. I have, at the same time, have had the possibility to enter very much into the drama of the Russian aggression against Ukraine movie. A Simple Soldier is the title of this movie, and I have had the opportunity of feeling what it has been for Czechia when it was still called Czechoslovakia, when the Soviet Union decided to invade it in the last part of the 60s. There is really a lot, and it's completely different stories. Each story, in my view, tells you something. Each story provokes into you specific feelings, specific way of interacting with those who are close to you while you watch the movie. I like to watch the movie with friends and with my family as well. And cases where the story is joyful. I think it's difficult to say which one I prefer in general terms, because very much depends sometimes, I think, on which mood you go to the cinema. Sometimes you go to the cinema because you have to have a joyful moment.
Exactly.
Some other times you go to the cinema because you are preparing to get some tears.
You want a good cry.
Exactly.
Cine Europa also expands outside Manila, right?
Yes.
So we're already there. Why is it important for the festival to reach audiences in places like one in Tacloban and then the other one in Cagayan de Oro?
Definitely, it's fundamental because it's a way to reach out to people beyond the national capital region. The European Union and its member states are particularly active in the Philippines, also beyond Manila. Our embassies are here, of course, in Manila. At the same time, our amazing bilateral cooperation in all various sectors, so our cooperation is a countrywide cooperation. This is why it is important, also in the cultural dimension, to ensure that our audience is a full Filipino audience, so going even beyond Luzon. You mentioned it, it is about Mindanao region, it is about Visayas, so it's a way, I think, for us to reach out to the widest possible audience. Also because, in my view, having now served here in the Philippines for almost 2 years, there is so much of a difference between, for example, the way that people can live in different parts of the country, in the province, in the big cities, in the less big cities. So there is a lot.
And now that you've mentioned that, do you see potential for a stronger collaboration between Filipino and European filmmakers in the future?
Definitely, I do. I do see it. I think that initiatives like this one can be bridges for fostering this type of cooperation. I think, I think we already know that the Philippines has already been the stage for important international movies. So I think that initiatives like this cannot but stimulate also a cooperation between among artists, among cinematographic world. And I would be very happy in knowing that for example, this year initiatives has been stimulating specific form of cooperation.
Now we'll just jump a little bit. Now we're talking about cinema. We'll jump with cinema versus online streaming. So in an age dominated by online streaming or streaming platforms and short form contents, right? What keeps the film festivals like this, like Cine Europa, relevant and meaningful for audiences today?
Angel, you mentioned something very important in your kind question. You mentioned the fact that on social media often it's short in terms of short form of content. This means that typically the viewers prefer something which is not long to watch, because their kind of level of attention decreases just after some minutes. And this is here, I think it's here that with this kind of initiatives in Europa, I'm able to measure the success of it when I see that people who are watching any movie, I personally had the possibility to do it, stay from the very beginning to the very end and stay interested, stay with their own eyes on the screen. They participate to the activity of the character. This tells a lot about the fact, in my view, that there are some classic way of watching movies, some classic way of doing cinema, which luckily for all of us are still there, are still alive, and are still appreciated, including by the very young generations. It means that there is complementarity, answering to your question. I think that the fact that we are indeed in a society now very much dominated by social media content, which is short, which is quick, etc., there is still good room and appreciated room to do things in the classic way.
And still, cinema feelings, still a bit different from actually going in the cinemas, having your popcorns with your kapamilya and katrabaho.
Katrabaho, kakalega, and it's a way to exchange views, to have a laugh together. Not only the moment that you watch the movie, but also before and after that you then comment the movie with your friends, with your family. I think it's something that social media cannot offer so far.
Definitely. And lastly, Ambassador, so for viewers still hesitant to explore European cinema, why do you think Cine Europa is the perfect place to start?
Because the ingredients that 29 years were there, which were stimulating the interest of the audience, seem to still be there very, very much alive. It's the best way to bring Filipino viewers in being interested in European movies, there, comfortably seated, enjoying some good moments. The ingredients which justified this initiative almost 30 years ago are there, are alive, and this is what we are building on, not only for continuing and then completing the edition for this year, but also for building the initiative for next year when it will be Cine Europa 30.
Cine Europa 30. Looking forward to that. And before we wrap up, of course, as we end the interview, let's just play a quick game.
Super.
Cinema-related stuff. Okay, are you ready, Ambassador?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Drama or comedy?
Depende.
Depende.
Depende. I would say drama, but in life there must also be some good room for comedy.
Yes.
Paminsan-minsan.
That's what they call dramedy.
Dramedy, I like it.
Okay, next, subtitles or dubbed?
I would say I prefer dubbed, but I recognize that subtitles give you a better interaction with the character in the movie. But I prefer dubbed.
Yeah, okay. So that is more easy.
It's easier, definitely.
Yeah. Happy endings or open endings?
No, better happy endings, because open ending, then you start a never-ending discussion on how then it should be. So I personally prefer happy endings, but of course sometimes also some good time for fantasy is a good thing.
What about when it comes to snack?
Yes.
Popcorn or burgers?
Popcorns, definitely.
Popcorn all the way.
Salty.
Okay, so what about in the cinema? Front row or back row?
Front row I prefer. Yeah, not too much in front.
Not too much, yeah.
Otherwise you don't enjoy. You only see subtitles, but
Yeah.
front row.
Okay, next one. One film for life or unlimited films but no rewatches?
One film from life.
Ooh.
Yes, definitely. There are some movies that I personally would like to watch. I think 5, 6, 7 times, and still I'm not bored.
Like?
I like, for example, my preferred in general is *Scent of a Woman*, which is a US movie of some years ago, and I think I watched it something like 7 or 8 times, and I still would not be afraid of watching it once more.
I'll look for that. Okay, next. Red carpet premieres or intimate premieres?
Red carpet premieres.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But we have no orange. I'm
Yes.
just kidding. Okay, next one. If you could visit one movie set, what film would it be?
Interesting. I think I would like to visit those movie sets where big historical movies have been made. Cleopatra.
Wow.
These very historical movies where you can feel that you are, I don't know, close to pyramids or close to old Roman Empire things, because the set would be amazingly big, huge, and give you a sense that you are living in the past.
Interesting. And second to the last, if your journey as European Union ambassador became a movie, what would be the title?
Interesting, this one. I would say Viaje sa Cultura, something like that.
Viajes sa Cultura ni Massimo.
Oh, ni Massimo. Yeah, because it's every day. Diplomatic life means every day realizing how many amazing cultures you have around yourself, how many truths you can have around yourself, how many people different you can have around, and enjoying it.
And lastly, 3 words to describe Cine Europa 29.
Well, I would say engaging, I would say relaxing, I would say for free. Kasi libre.
Yes, Filipinos love free movies. And of course, with that, Ambassador, please invite everyone to catch Cine Europa 29.
With great pleasure. Thanks a lot, Angel. Dear friends, I think you are more than welcome in joining us in the continuation of our Cine Europa 29 experience. We will be there not only in Manila, in Shangri-La and Rizal Park, we will be there in Tacloban, we will be there in Cagayan de Oro. A full set of movies, 20 movies from 16 member states of the European Union and Ukraine are there awaiting for you.
There you go. Again, admission is free.
Admission is free.
Love it. Once again, thank you very much.
Maraming salamat.
Ambassador, thank you for coming. Maraming salamat. Yes. And of course, cheers to another year of celebrating culture, diversity, and storytelling through film. Once again, Pang Showbiz Angel with His Excellency Massimo Santoro.
Salamat.
Thank you so much. Salamat po.